Aaron, just knowing who your opponent has been, when you face as a division opponent, does it help you any at all in preparing for your start tomorrow?
Just got to execute my pitches, honestly. I've seen them a lot. They see me a lot. I mean, you've heard the guys talk about it when they've been up here. We played each other quite a bit. So I know what they got. They know what I have. But it all comes down to executing all my pitches, and hopefully I have all of them working.
Jason?
Hey, Aaron, it's been a long time since there's been a postseason baseball game in Philadelphia. What does it mean to you that you're the guy who gets to start this game?
It means a lot. I'm excited to see the atmosphere. It's like you said, it's been a while. It's really good to be home. We've been on the road for a little bit, and I think everybody, the whole team, is excited to get on that baseball field tomorrow and compete against this team in this position. So it's been fun so far, and we know it's going to be a competitive game, and going to leave it all out on the field.
When you first got here, there were still people left who were around from 2011, players, coaches. Did you ever ask them about postseason baseball in Philadelphia?
Yeah, they say it's something special. They say I've actually talked to some guys who've played here as an opponent, and they say it's one of the worst places to play, being an opponent, but one of the best atmosphere-wise. So I think that's what we can't wait for. We know it's going to be electric. And just to finally get back here in the postseason, it's awesome.
Molly, and then here in the middle.
Okay. Hi, Aaron, over here. What's the first thing you're going to do when you get home after this long road trip?
I'm going to do a little workout today and throw a little bit, and then get home and relax a little bit, see my dogs, watch a little bit of video on these guys for tomorrow, and try to get some sleep.
Brandon Marsh said he had packed enough not have to do laundry the whole trip. Did you fare the same?
Yeah, I didn't do any laundry the whole trip. Yeah, it's actually, I'll probably do some laundry when I get back. That'll probably be one of the first things. So, yeah, it's just good to be back now, and hopefully get settled in for a few days.
Sorry, just one more on that. For that long road trip, he mentioned you guys are a close-knit group already, but do you feel like being on the road for so long and having to spend all that extra time together kind of did something for you to help push you to where you are now?
Yeah, I really think so. Just jumping around from city to city and won some big games, and it was fun. And I think it really did bring us closer, and then clinching to the wild card and clinching to come to the DS definitely brought us closer. We had a good time. We really did. We had a really good time with everybody, and I'm just going to be back, though.
Hey, Aaron, did you have any nerves that first postseason start, and how do you kind of balance that with wanting to have soak in the adrenaline of tomorrow's start?
Yeah, I had a little butterflies. I mean, I still obviously get butterflies, especially the first inning, first pitch of every game. Of course, it was my first postseason game, and it was cool. I had some adrenaline rolling through my body, and the atmosphere in St. Louis was cool. And in that game, it felt pretty neat. And but my main focus was to not try to be anybody I'm not, and not try to do anything more than what I've done all year. Just to be myself and make quality pitches.
And how much have you been able to follow your brother's success so far this postseason?
Been able to follow it. He's done really well. I watched a little bit of the game last night, and a couple of the games when they were in New York. It's good to see him. It's good to see him succeeding in a division series, and it's good to see him healthy again. He's doing really well.
Have you guys talked about the possibility of playing in a postseason series against each other?
Yeah, a little bit. Not really, though. That'd be pretty cool. It'd be pretty cool for my family as well. I don't know when the last time two brothers played in one of those was before, but it is pretty neat. But I think I don't want to jump ahead too far. I got to focus on tomorrow and try to win a game tomorrow. That's the first step.
The back left.
These first two games, you guys kind of went with small ball in the first game, and then last night Zach's cruising and a hit batter and a ground ball finds its way through. Is that really just kind of emphasize the importance of every single pitch when two teams are this close in this type of series? Yeah, every pitch is important. Every play, at bat, out, it's all important, no matter what it is. We had two really good pitchers going up against each other last night. You knew the game might be a low-scoring game. Yeah, they put it out, unfortunately, for us, and it's a good game, though. It's going to be a battle every single game with these guys. We know that. So that's our goal, is stay focused every single pitch.
Rob, they haven't named the Game 3 starter yet. What impact, if any, does that have on you guys?
Not much. I'm sure it's going to be a right-hander, and we'll probably go with our right-hand lineup.
And you look at a lot's been made of Schwarber's Hoskins struggles so far through the postseason. What have you seen from them, and can this day off, be good for them going forward?
Yeah, I think days off can help guys in a lot of different ways, but I think Hoskins is getting close. He's starting to loft a lot of balls and square up balls. He's just not squaring them up enough, but and Schwarbs, I think, is just caught in between a little bit. He's just maybe trying to do a little bit too much. So, yeah, maybe a day off helps those guys a lot.
I mean, is there more you can do than just hope a day off fixes them? I mean, are they in today? Do you do extra hitting or watch more video? Is there for either of them?
I don't question their preparation at all, and we're gonna be out early tomorrow and do our normal day, and we'll have the curveball machine early, and guys that want to hit off that, they can do that. I'm sure they'll be in the cages and watching video and doing everything they can to get prepared for the game.
Good.
Hey, Rob, it obviously wasn't an issue last night, but
oh, there you are.
But the closer situation the other night, you stood behind Zach, obviously, after that game. So, any change in thinking there at all?
Yeah, so I've never really named a closer, so I'm reading a bunch of stuff where Zach's the closer, and he's not the closer. We don't really have one. We just, the 7th, 8th, and 9th is all dependent on where we are in the lineup and whether we deploy Alvarado or Sir Anthony or Eflin or Bellotti or whomever. That's where we're going to go. It's just so happened that the last couple of times Zach's finished a game, that was kind of his spot, and the other spots in the 7th and 8th came up where we wanted Sir Anthony and Alvarado on those guys. So
Here in the middle.
Hey, Rob, is there any change maybe at the top of the lineup
None.
with Schwarber? So
No
Schwarber and
chance.
Hoskins will be 1-2 tomorrow?
Yep.
And what do you remember from being in the opposing dugout about the environment of Citizens Bank Park during the
Electric.
playoffs?
Electric. And it can be intimidating at times. So I'm expecting that type of atmosphere tomorrow. I really am. I think our fan base has been, they've been off for a few years now on playoff baseball, and I think they'll be raring to go tomorrow.
Jason?
Hey, Rob, I'm sure you can appreciate the meaning of certain moments for certain people. Is there something almost perfect about the first postseason game in Citizens Bank Park in 11 years being started by Aaron Nola?
That's a good point. I mean, he's been around for a while now and hasn't experienced playoff baseball, and he's a playoff type pitcher. And I think he's probably got the most longevity here as far as on our pitching staff. So I think it is fitting that he's the first starter back here, no doubt.
The back on the right.
Rob, since we last saw you here, it's been a long, strange trip for you guys. Can you talk about the journey you guys embarked on and how it got you to this point, hosting your first postseason playoff game in over a decade?
Yeah, so obviously very disappointing in Chicago. We kind of reset in Washington and won 3 out of 4, and then finally clinched in Houston. And the last 2 games against Houston were there wasn't much adrenaline in those games. We had clinched, and we were just trying to keep people healthy, get them at bats, get them their innings, make sure everybody's fresh for the St. Louis series, and then really playing well against St. Louis, a really good club, and beating them. And then splitting in Atlanta, and it's been a long go. I'm glad to be home. I think all of our players are really happy to be home and excited for tomorrow night, but it was. Somebody said the other day it's the longest road trip in baseball history. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but it seemed like it to me. But it's really good to be home.
Todd?
Rob, Noah pitching last night, does that affect your Game 4 plans?
Not really. He needed work. I mean, there's a bunch of guys really that need work. They haven't pitched in a while, so if we decide on Game 4 that Noah's a starter, that won't really affect, that one inning won't affect him that much.
So you haven't decided yet, or at least they're not?
No, we haven't gotten to Game 4 yet. We haven't decided, to tell you the truth.
Okay. What goes into, what's going to go into that decision?
It all depends on tomorrow, who we need tomorrow. You know, if we get into an extra inning game tomorrow, then whoever we thought was going to start probably isn't going to start, and we use him, he's not going to start, obviously.
Right.
Mike?
Rob, when you call Nola a playoff pitcher, what do you mean specifically by that?
Stuff, demeanor, poise, you name all those things. He's got it all. He's just even-keeled every day. Doesn't matter whether he's pitching, he's not pitching, whether he's pitching well, not pitching well, doesn't matter. He goes about his business like just the same way every day. And with his talent and that type of makeup and all the intangibles he brings, that to me makes him a playoff type pitcher, big game pitcher.
The back on the left.
Rob, both these teams have plenty of power threats up and down the lineup, but the first two games have been decided by manufacturing runs. With how tight this is, does it feel like one swing could kind of change the series, or is that just going to be playoff baseball? And
I mean, one swing could change a series, but I think when you get in the playoffs and you're facing good pitching, it's all the little things that you do, and you can't rely on banging a bunch of home runs out there. I think you got to do a lot of little things, run the bases well, get extra bases when you can. Maybe move runners via the bunt or hit and run or however you need to do it. But I think those are the things that you need to do in this type of atmosphere with all this really good pitching that we're going to face.